From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Wednesday, December 18th, 2024.
Hi, I'm Arbun Lobo. I cover politics and state government for the Detroit Free Press. There are only a few session days left for the Michigan House and Senate before the end of the year, which means there are only a few session days left in the Democrats' trifecta of control in Michigan. With Republicans set to control the House starting next year, Democrats have been trying to pass their remaining policy goals during the so-called lame duck period. There have been some policy goals accomplished. The House and Senate have both passed bills to expand unemployment benefits to 26 weeks in Michigan, as well as increase the maximum benefit amount over the next 3 years. In the Senate, Democrats have passed legislation cracking down on price gouging and expanding birth control, and in the House, lawmakers have approved bills to expand retirement benefit options for corrections officers and stiffen penalties for online sexual harassment. But there may be too much discord among House Democrats to accomplish many other policy aims before the end of the session. The House is set to meet Wednesday and Thursday, but it's unclear what major legislation can be taken up, since not all 56 members of the House Democratic Caucus are on the same page. Some lawmakers have openly criticized Speaker Joe Tate, accusing him of blocking certain bills that are popular within the caucus. One of the biggest looming issues in Michigan are pending changes to the state's wage laws, with many restaurant groups having urged the legislature to prevent minimum wage and the tipped minimum wage from rising next February. A bipartisan plan to maintain the increase to the minimum wage but maintain the tipped minimum wage was introduced, but so far it hasn't received any movement. And Republican lawmakers left the House floor Friday, telling the press they're not voting until the plan is considered. So, Democrats voted by themselves Friday, passing a slew of bills by 56-0 margins. But without Republicans present, Democrats lacked the votes to pass anything if they didn't have full support of their caucus. When Detroit area Representative Karen Whitsett left the floor Friday night, Democrats had to call it a day. So, with the final days of session ahead, it's unclear what major policy items will make it to Governor Gretchen Whitmer before the year's end. Along with some of the previously mentioned legislation, bills to ban ghost guns and ban bump stocks, expand Michigan's open record laws, and more are still waiting second chamber votes.
Have you ever wondered how scammers will up their game next year and beyond? Well, the call you get from a grandchild in trouble might sound more like your real grandchild soon, thanks to AI cloning voice technology. I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist at the Detroit Free Press. A variety of experts shared their warnings and concerns about how cybercriminals now have a few new tools that will open up the door for even more fraud in the next few years: AI-powered voice and video cloning techniques. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel recommends that families take time now to set up and agree on a code word, or maybe a key phrase or question that only your family would know, to confirm an identity during a suspicious, frantic call. Be ready to hang up. If something feels off, just hang up. Don't give into any demands to pay money immediately by cash, gift cards, or cryptocurrency. Call someone to verify their identity. Use a phone number that you know is real. Another tip: change the greeting on your cell phone. It sounds odd, but experts recommend that you use a standard default greeting that doesn't use your voice. The crooks need very little time, roughly just 3 seconds of material to clone your voice. And no, it's probably not your grandchild calling, asking for her money to get out of jail.
This is J.C. Reindl with the Detroit Free Press. Dan Gilbert's real estate firm has a new plan for the failed jail site in downtown Detroit. His Bedrock firm announced Tuesday that it plans to build a life science innovation building on the 14-acre site, which is located along Gratiot. The building will house a cancer treatment startup known as BAMF Health, plus other tenants, including Wayne State and Techtown. Construction is to start next year, and the building could open by late 2027. Bedrock took ownership of the site from Wayne County back in 2018. The county once tried to build a new jail there, but had to stop because of cost overruns.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.